It's live. Live.
It's alive.
It's alive.
It's a lie. This is a lie.
This is gonna be announced in Discord, right? And then people
Yeah.
will just join us.
Yeah, I think it's just a bot that does it. So we're good.
We're good. So we're live. We
Yeah.
can intro now.
Yeah. Let's
Welcome
go.
to Art Pizza, the artist podcast where we may actually talk about tips and tricks this week instead of just drawing. I am Brian Manning, or Tech Champ Brian.
And I am Edward Freyna. Edward Draws Stuff.
And I'm Elisa, aka Rerex.
Yay! No one else is
Yay.
joining us.
Hey.
No one else is joining us.
Somewhat seamless.
Somewhat seamless.
It was pretty seamless, I would say.
there was no long awkward pauses.
That's right.
It's
Everybody
always-
remembered their names.
Yeah,
Did
it's
in
always
America.
like between Josh and
It's
Elisa.
because- I'm going by chronological order.
And then Josh is just too polite and won't say anything until we call on him.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be like a ladies first type of podcast? Oh, oh no,
Dude,
after you.
I'm a newcomer. I don't mind being the last announced.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's like 33 episodes for just this one and like 70 before.
Yeah.
So
So
we've
there's a
been
lot.
at it a while. So do we need 3 things for the wheel?
Sure thing. What are we doing?
Are we still going Thanksgiving mode? on this?
Sure, it's not
I mean-
Thanksgiving yet.
And
Or
I-
holiday mode.
and if you guys didn't
Holiday.
notice, I put the graphic, the Art Pizza graphic.
I
didn't
s-
know-
I-
I did notice that.
Yeah.
That's slick.
so it's really a slice of pies.
I was like,
guess.
was that there last week and I didn't notice?
This is insanely professional.
Yes.
Yeah. Your attention to detail, Brian. It's always been there. That's the thing.
Impeccable.
All right. So we got cat, mutant, pirate, goblin, turkey, and cornucopia. We
Throw
need-
some
Cornucopia.
throw some gravy on that.
Gravy.
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 Oh, fine.
What? Do you suddenly hate gravy?
No, I love gravy. I just I love gravy like I love my mom. No, it's I'm just thinking of what like I'm just picturing just
You're
Gotta
like,
add
it's
gravy
too
or
liquidy to draw, you idiot.
It's not going to be fun to add gravy.
Um,
that's gonna have to be like a topper on top of something.
yeah, or
Something like that.
gelatinous blob.
Something like that. But this is where we use our imagination and stuff.
Did we have Pilgrim on last time?
No, I don't think so.
We didn't
can
add
do
it last time.
Pilgrim.
Okay, let's throw Pilgrim.
I think
in
we
there.
did mention it, but like we didn't write it. I
Well,
think we
that's
added
getting all
cornucopia
seasonal.
instead.
All right, what else we got?
Need one more. Wait, do we need one more?
We
I don't think
might.
we do. It looks
Green,
like we
2
got it
yellow,
even.
2 red, 2 blue.
Yeah,
No, really?
it's looking even.
Did we not take something out last time?
Let's
Because we usually
see.
3 in.
Cat is still on there.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
you'd have to get rid of cat.
Get out of there, cat.
What
Man.
could cat be? What's
Dog.
a what's a Thanksgiving animal besides a turkey?
Turkey besides turkey. Corn.
Oh. We did ham.
Ham. We did
We did
ham
that.
cat. Beast creature ham cat or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Ham cat creature.
I guess you could do beef. Do beef.
Beef.
Roast beast.
Roast
Roast-
beast.
Roast beast.
Yeah.
That's very close to ham.
You want to do roast beast?
It's right in the middle. Roast beast. Yeah, I like
Roast
it.
beast is fine.
We can all interpret our own roast
Yes.
beasts.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's it, right? Think we're good?
Sure.
Yippers.
Sure, why not? All right,
Roll it.
Yeah.
Spin it.
let's spin this sucker. And we got Goblin. Look at that.
Oh,
Goblin.
Goblin. Okay.
Thanks for joining us, Goblin.
Clapping is so good.
Right. Welcome to the show, Goblin.
Have a seat over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's spin again. It's gonna be gravy or some shit. Oh no,
Gravy.
cornucopia!
Is it cornucopia? It's gravy.
I was dreading
cornucopia.
cornucopia.
Were you really?
Oh man.
It's like a basket or something. I might
It's
actually
a-
have to.
It's like
I
a
might have to
horn
look up-
basket, a horn of plenty.
All right. Okay, one more spin and we'll get going.
It's gonna be gravy. Roast beef. Oh,
Turkey. Turkey
Turkey.
goblin.
Goblin cornucopia turkey. Okay, these are solid.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Might be tough.
There's my my allergies are coming in. I apologize to everybody.
Well, bless you's ahead.
And now, instead of my left eye leaking, it's my
Oh,
right
no.
eye.
Oh
Equal
no.
opportunity.
At least it's not pussy liquid.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's just tears. It's just
We're,
tears.
pink eye free here.
Pink eye free. All right. Let me oh hold on. We gotta switch to magma.
Okay.
Magma. All right, where are you, Magma?
Magma.
Okay, so
I had to sadly look up what a cornucopia looks like again.
Yeah,
It is like
I'm
a
gonna wing it.
it is like a horn, right?
Yes, the horn of
Horned
plenty.
basket. Okay.
all right. Hey, you're already drawing. Hold on, sir.
I wonder
You know what's
what
not gonna
the
be helpful?
origin of a cornucopia is.
You know what's not going to be helpful? Looking up the Fruit of the Loom logo because it does not have.
Because it ain't there.
It exists, I tell you. Cornucopia. Here I go spelling it weird again. Okay. And we got, what else we got in here? Gravy.
Yes, turkey.
Is it turkey? Oh, it is turkey. I like subconsciously I told myself gravy was selected. All right, let me do the Rurex brush settings.
Oh yeah. Do you remember? That's for later on.
soft-
Though. You could sketch however you want.
Soft 3.2 pixels, or is it 2.8 pixels or something like that, and then 80% opacity.
Oh, that's too much. That's too much. Calm down, Freda. All right. Am I using the right brush? Nope. I want to be like Rurex and use the soft brush.
Someone asked, "Can you draw a request?"
Sure. Who's in here? I just saw people come in. What's going on? Hey, Guard Jaws is here. Goob.
Should we do a request or should we?
Goop, goop.
I'll draw a request. We'll do a request.
Yeah, why not? We have prompts here, so if anyone wants to join us and draw Goblin Cornucopia and Turkey,
Goblin Cornucopia turkey.
Deadpan is here, or Deadpen. Goober. You know, I thought that was my brother at first because that's the nickname we've called him since he was a baby.
Goopy goober.
Just call him Goobs. Like I call his name's Alex, but I just call him Goob. Oh, but yeah, if you guys have a request, we'll do requests. We see Rurex is already jumping the gun. I have to look away from. I have to zoom in because I'll be influenced by your drawings. Oh, so we had a topic today.
We sure do.
We sure do. And what was our topic?
It was talking about how to get back into the swing of things after being out of the game for
love-
so long.
Our art rut out here.
It's like it's a common topic we bring up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tends to happen with artists, like now and again. Like I feel like I'm going through somewhat of a rut lately, but I don't know what it is. I think it, because I was just before Lightbox, I was just gung ho on just getting shit done, and now that that's over, I'm kind of like I just want to chill. Hey, what's up, Masudo? Thanks for the subscription. The subscription.
Hey.
The sub. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'm just like I don't know what it is. I think it's just
Do you think It's like a pressure to keep producing after like something successful like that, where you're just kind of like trying to ride like that high of I don't know, just constantly producing for people.
It could be, or I'm just lazy right now.
Yeah, that's always been a personal fear of mine, where it's just kind of like, what happens when you do reach like a level of success, and then you're just kind of like, the pressure is now on to, yeah, it's like, it's not just like you're just like, you know, kind of goofing around on Instagram or whatever, just like posting. Now it's like you have like almost what is somewhat like a fan base, you know what I mean? And so there's like a desire to like deliver on that, because you don't want people to, you know, forget about your art or whatever. I feel like
like you want to,
you kind of end up in this like you are like a little factory and you have to produce.
But there's also like the people that draw a certain like subject or type of character that feel like they have to keep doing that. That also feels like the same thing, and then you get it in a rut of like, I'm tired of drawing mullets. I'll never be tired of drawing mullets, but that's not what I'm known for, though. So
those words will never come out of your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I feel so much pressure with social media and stuff like that. Like, I think
I feel like we've gotten past that, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's just more pressure on myself to just like, well, what's my next goals? You know, what am I gonna do next? Like, I need to do volume 2 of the book. You know, just because I don't want to just like peak. You know, I want to be like keep getting better, and that could be it. But like also like I feel like it's gotten colder recently, and I'm having a hard time like getting up in the morning because it's darker. You know,
all nice and toasty and
oh yeah, exactly. So like, you know, that's even kind of been affecting like the gym routine. I just like, man, it's too cold to get out of bed, you know.
Yeah, totally.
Just because I don't like going in the afternoon. I need to knock it out right
with
away.
The other humans, yeah,
like with other humans.
And before anyone not from Vegas makes fun of us, you get used to the weather in Vegas, and coming out of 110-degree summer into like a 60-degree October is cold, or 40-degree mornings. It's cold. It's cold for us.
Yeah, that most definitely. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out ways to get out of that kind of rut, you know. If you guys have suggestions, I don't know. I mean, like I'm almost at that point where I think I should go back and reread Atomic Habits.
I was about to say, I think it's time to revisit some Atomic Habits, because I am in the same rut. Like, the only time I draw now is here on the pod, even though I had that Predator piece I was working on. Yeah, I haven't been drawing.
I did not
outside of here.
Great.
Yeah, you've been posting for a while.
I still post. It's just older artwork now. But I haven't done anything new in quite a while. Probably since those pieces from The Expanse in October.
Oh, right. But yeah, that's probably. So we're probably in the same boat right now. You know, we're just
like it's not like I'm not doing anything. It's that I'm writing so much that it's like I don't even when I have time, because I usually take a lunch break and do some art, but I've been reading during lunch breaks lately, and it's like I kind of miss art.
So get back to it, fool.
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits. At least it needs to read that.
It's in my cart.
It's in your cart.
I need to read the book in order to like get it out of my cart.
Right. You're that person. You're the cart person.
I am the cart. Oh my god, you should see it. It's terrible.
Wait, what? Like your
my Amazon shopping cart.
Amazon
it's because I'm insanely cheap sometimes with shit, and so I'll be like, I'll get it next paycheck. So
Oh,
my Amazon cart, the stuff that I will buy eventually is it's like 8 pages.
Oh.
right.
Yeah, because I can't commit.
Yeah. See, like I'm almost like an impulse buyer.
Oh
It's
god,
just like
yeah, I'm so the opposite of that. I
you
need to sit
know,
on it. Yeah,
and like some things I'll sit on if it's like expensive, but if it's just like, oh, well, I need like this art supply, you know, like it's
Oh, I
almost
feel like
like
art
art.
supplies are impulse buys. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. Don't put me
but
on the
for
JetPen site. Don't put me on the JetPen site. 'Cause
yeah.
Oh well, that's a whole other.
I'll look for stuff. If I log in, forget it. I'm done. Like something's
Yeah.
getting bought, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but what was I going at? Oh, we're talking. Yeah. But yeah, I need to be better about that. You know, be more frugal, like the Lisa over here.
Well, what I do is if it's not available for like Kindle Unlimited, I check the library. And if it's not available at the
Library,
library, then I buy it.
There is something
library.
so endearing to me about people that still go to the library. I don't know what it is. It's just
I
like, good
use the
for
Libby
you.
app. I use the Libby app. I
Oh,
don't know. I
I've
feel
heard
like
of
as a
that.
writer, I have to publicly proclaim that
Yeah.
libraries are awesome and people should be going.
No, that's fair as a writer. It's kind of
Like I'm supposed to, right? I
kind of
have
a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I actually have a library card. You know,
Yeah.
I go like maybe once or twice a year when the kids have like a sudden urge to go.
Hmm.
Do you have to like get a new
But
library card every year because you always lose yours?
ba- yeah, basically, you know.
Yeah. That's how it was for a while.
Um,
I have my childhood library card.
Oh my God.
It says my first library card and it has little turtles all over it.
Are you
It's from, like,
serious?
1990
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
1991.
That's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
That's quite
it's really
amazing.
cool. Yeah, because I don't like the new Clark County library cards.
Is that why you like? I'm gonna keep my childhood one because I won't like the
don't know
way
if
they look when I'm an adult.
If it's still valid, actually.
it's
Oh.
fine now.
You would think it would be, but I haven't gone to the library in years. Probably the last time I was at the library was probably like 2004.
Yeah, see, even like drawing today, like usually I can see.
Oh, are you
some-
off?
I can see. Usually, I can like see
Mhm.
what I'm gonna draw, you know, and then
Yeah, I think these are tougher prompts, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know how I'm going to incorporate the cornucopia. I like what Brian's doing. That is so. It's like his little like throne.
Yeah.
but I'm like trying to do like a goblin turkey, you know. We're
I
just
like
going
where you're
for it.
going with yours for a second there.
Yeah, I was doing Goblin Turkey as well, and then I was going to draw the tail, but I was like, I don't feel like doing all that. So
Yeah,
he's
it's
sitting
a
in a little
lot.
cornucopia.
Ed went all out with the tail.
Right.
I don't know why,
A lot
Brian.
of
I feel like
tail.
I want yours to have like spider legs, and that's how it moves about.
Like spider legs coming out of the cornucopia.
Yeah.
That would be
It's just,
awesome,
like,
actually.
creepy.
Like the wheelchair from Wild Wild West.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yes. Dude, I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says.
I act
People
like I
hate-
don't
like
like
to
it,
hate
but
on it.
yeah, I act like I don't like it, but I really enjoyed it when I watched it in theaters. And then every time I've
So
seen it, I'm like, I don't
campy.
actually hate this movie. Like, what's my deal?
They made some strange choices, but
They did.
it
They
was
did.
so entertaining.
Yeah, I thought Will Smith did a great job in that.
Yeah.
it was okay.
God,
Actually,
Yeah,
it's been so long since I've seen that movie. Like, I probably can't even. I don't think it was that bad. It was like a steampunk type movie, wasn't
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
yeah,
really weird for
probably
its
the
time, I
first
would say.
Hollywood steampunk movie,
Yeah.
it?
like
Yeah,
mainstream, because there's probably been some indie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
indie steampunk.
Indie steampunk, probably French for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Well,
Um,
as for me, I have no suggestions for you for art.
Thanks. You've been
I'm just constantly in it, so
right.
I want to know. I want people to tell me the answers.
But what do you think like keeps you constantly in it? Like it drives me nuts. Like I need to just do something, you know?
Well,
and,
I would say personally, I think what usually keeps me afloat is that I do art for work every day. And I think, you know, staying drawing every single day, if you don't do art for a professional job, I would say must be 10 times more difficult when you enter an art rut. But because at least with like work, you're kind of forced into it, which
you're doing some
I suppose
art
maybe
somewhere.
is harder, but you're still forced to do it.
right.
So you are still creating every day. But I do find sometimes it's a struggle when I can't think of like what to draw. It's like the desire is there, I just don't know what. And maybe that's something where,
that's
you know, you got to find like a prompt list or something, or even stuff like this, like tonight, where you are kind of not to say that this is no one's forced to do the podcast, but it's like you are presented with a situation where it's like, no, like you need to try to be creative on the spot, and that like look at Brian, you said you haven't drawn in a while, but look at you're drawing now, and these are those kind of things. So maybe
I
draw people.
I draw once a week, and it's sad.
Yeah, but maybe for people to have like their own art group, you know, and rely on others.
Yes, that's a good point.
Look, speaking of, look who's drawing up in here.
Who's up in here?
We got Soul Brush.
Oh,
Soul Brush. Oh, does he have enough room?
What's he draw? Is he drawing feet? He's probably drawing feet.
Coming out of a cornucopia with feet.
You're right.
Running away.
What's he drawing over there?
But yeah, like having an art group does help, because even when we do our monthly meetups, that's like one of my favorite drawing sessions. And like I said, I haven't been drawing outside of the podcast, but when I'm here, we draw. Much to my chagrin, my dismay, I have to draw.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm not sure what I'm like considering drawing. You know, like I'll do this, but it's almost like.
Does this not count as drawing? You're saying?
It counts as drawing.
I get what you mean, though. This is like
it's not like a normal. Yeah, it's not like a normal piece of art that you would normally produce on your own. And I think, this is more of an exercise. It doesn't feel like it's fun to do, but it's not like one I would
a good way of putting it.
Sit down and plan.
Exactly. And maybe but maybe just any drawing is good drawing, you know? Like,
like the 100 Head Challenge is difficult, but it's still fulfilling.
Yeah.
And I think
feel
this
like
is the
you're
same.
being hard on yourself, if you want my 2 cents.
Yeah.
but at the same time, me saying that to someone who is like already, you know, you produced an art book, you went to a convention and all this stuff. I'm coming at it from a very different perspective. You who are like your personality type. I think you're more of like you take action on things. So for me to say like, oh, take it easy, maybe that's like not really, for the way that you are, that doesn't really. Yeah.
But you know what? I probably need to actually like relax a bit, you know?
Because I'm still just like, you were just on Lightbox, but you're just like, I have to do, you know what I mean? So that's just how I perceive it. But but also I totally get what you mean at the same time, though, where it's like your personality type is that's very important to you to maintain your, you know, creating things for yourself and stuff. So
yeah, because I think I also just don't feel. I feel like I don't feel good about myself if I'm
you're not productive.
Yeah. It's probably just a total.
That's probably a blessing and a curse.
As long as you're
self-worth type thing.
Yeah, but as long as you're expecting the art to be done for yourself and not for like social media or other people's approval or anything.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not that.
Yeah, the fulfillment's got to be intrinsic motivation still.
it's definitely me yelling at myself. Like, why aren't you doing better? Like, what are you doing? Get with the
As we've
program.
discussed before, that social media pipeline is like a dead end. It's a soulless endeavor.
It is. But I do see a lot of people they rely on it as their income.
Yeah, if they're able to monetize their following, it may fall into that cycle of I don't want to say depression, but like they feel down if they're not producing, because it is a following that they're trying to maintain because they've been able to monetize it. Most people can't monetize it, so they spend time chasing a following, and that's not how you're supposed to do it. It's supposed to be for you. Like Ivan Drago in Rocky IV, he fights for him, not for the Soviet Union.
And he also killed Apollo. So he did that for himself.
He killed Apollo for himself.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. The movie's only 30 years old, everyone, so it's spoiler alert.
29 years. Just watched it last year.
What?
Rocky
IV? I saw that in the theater.
Oh my god!
Yeah, my husband made me watch Rocky movies.
I saw that in
because you made him watch the thing, so he's like, you're gonna watch Rocky.
No. No, I actually ended up really liking the Rocky series. I had no idea the first Rocky was like a fucking romance movie.
Yeah, it's like boxing
Cute.
is probably the least important thing about that movie, and people don't realize that.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a comic book, like a cartoon with Rocky 3. I still feel like they made Rocky 2 because everyone loved the first Rocky, but they were mad that Rocky lost. So like, well, we got to do part 2. He's got to win for the people.
Yeah, Rocky 2 is probably one of my least favorite ones.
It's still a great movie, but I don't want to say it's the weakest because Rocky 5 exists.
I get it. But, having gone to art school in Philly, gone up those steps. But that art museum is amazing. That was like one of my favorites, like living in Philly. I guess a lot of people don't know it's the art museum.
The steps.
But we used to get it. Yeah, but we used to get in for free because we were art students. So.
That's
really cool.
We got to see a lot of cool stuff there. But the thing about Rocky IV,
12 raw eggs and then ran up the steps to go to the museum.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think we were either on acid or something like that. It was
so you drank 12 raw eggs because you're on acid.
Yeah, basically. And kids, I don't condone the use of acid. That's for if you go to college or art school, particularly.
Yes, acid is for when you go to college.
Right. But yeah, Rocky IV though. Like when I saw Rocky IV in the theater, I was maybe in like 3rd grade or something. But I thought the coolest thing when I was a kid was that robot at the kid's birthday party.
Yes, the goofy robot.
Robots were cool in the 80s, and you're like, oh shit, he got a robot for his birthday.
All these robots.
Robot. Yeah,
I want that robot.
Rest in peace, Paulie. By the way, I can't remember the actor's name.
Rest in peace.
But yeah, I'm Rocky anyway.
How did we get on Rocky? Oh, because I mentioned that Ivan Drago fights for himself.
But yeah, just like your art, you should just do it for yourself.
You should kill Apollo for yourself.
But am I the only one that feels that way? That like it's almost like it's like breathing, right? It's like I need to do it.
I certainly cannot relate.
I feel like a nerd now. Like look at this nerd talking about drawing all the time.
I think I relate on the basic feeling of like art rut for sure. Yeah. But I never get the feeling of I'm not productive because I don't know, I don't associate it in that way. I don't know why. In a way I feel like I should, because that would probably make me work harder.
You'd have some art books done.
In some ways. No, of course not.
I'm not saying everyone has to do an art book.
I do feel unfulfilled if I'm not creating something, but as I said earlier, like I've been writing so much, it's like I do have something to show for the creative time, but I am
Right.
sad if it's not art all the time because I identify first as an artist, even though I write for a living now. But I've just been an artist since the first grade. So I was about to say kindergarten, but I don't think I was drawing anything until first grade. I don't remember drawing anything until first grade.
Maybe that's the thing also. Like I think it's not necessarily drawing. It's like it's just that act of creating.
Creating,
I get the same satisfaction if I'm like working on like just like a craft project at home or something,
like D&D
like
terrains
or D&D terrain because I'm a nerd like
Yeah.
that, you know. It's that same thing. So
yeah, sculpting. Like I will say the pumpkin stuff was fulfilling for me, like doing the pumpkin stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But like I have an art job, and I do art every day for it. But I don't feel like that's art when I do it. It's weird
because
like,
it's someone
that's the
else's
part
art.
that I don't.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't associate art.
True. I guess I'm like lying to myself. Where I'm like, you're doing art, so it's like
You're fine. Keep doing what you're doing, girl. You know,
counts.
like yeah.
that's
I mean, if you're
what I
happy
always-
with what you do at work, it does count. It is fulfilling. It's just I
'cause
have
there's a lot of
yeah.
I
Like
think
when I was
I
doing
always
art
find
at
that-
work, I was never fulfilled by it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I'm looking for. It's just that kind of stimulation. I mean, not to like, you know, I like my job. I'm not talking shit on it. It's just I don't get that same feeling of like accomplishment.
It doesn't bring you joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't spark
You
joy,
know?
so
It
And
does not.
sometimes I'll do a cool thing and I'll be like, "Ah, that's cool." And then I'll go home and I'll just like, I need to do something. You know, like
yeah. I need to do something cool.
yeah.
I think.
But
yeah.
yeah, it's like you know
The
some
identity that you have as an artist,
yeah.
where it's like it's kind of like it's who you are, and so if you're not doing that, it's you kind of go into like an existential like, who am I if I'm not drawing and making art like that?
What am I
I
worth?
do understand.
What am I
And I-
worth? Who am I?
You know, it was
What
weird
am I
too when
here for?
someone had asked me like what my hobby was, and I was like, well, art, and they're like, no, but like you do art for a living, but like what is your hobby? And I'm like, I don't have a hobby. Because like art was always my hobby to me. So it's like if I'm drawing, it's like it's only to get better at what I do, but it's like it's not something to stop and enjoy for myself. And that's where art is like tricky like that, because
So
art
let me ask you
is a
something.
hobby for so many other people, but like when you are a true professional artist, it's like where do you draw the line?
Well, let me ask
Yeah.
you something then, because I do feel like there is a line between, you know, like your career and a hobby, but I do feel like the art you do for work is different than the art you do for yourself. So it could still be art as a hobby, because I feel like painting is it's weird because if I do illustration, like pen and ink style illustration, it feels like what I always have done, like as a freelancer or as a paid artist. But if I'm doing like digital painting or like caricature stuff, it feels more personal, more hobby like. And it's weird because you're still learning art as a skill in a way. But for some reason, if I'm not doing like the style I use in Magma here, this is more illustration style, more my, I don't want to say lazy, my fallback illustration style. But outside of that, I don't do that. I do more either finished full color pieces, which I don't normally do, or digital painting. And those are more hobby like to me. I still feel like art can be your hobby.
Yeah, and maybe it's because like you said, it was the style thing. Like I feel like my natural style that I go for doesn't really apply to like the day job. You know?
Yeah. That's
It's
Everyone
like,
get Ed's art book so you know what he's talking about.
I feel that. Yeah.
Right. Go to the art
It's
book.
art
I said
book is
everyone's
his
favorite
hobby
draw
book.
stuff.
That's his hobby.
Yeah. but that's the stuff I like. It's like there's no like gaming stuff in there. It's just like
Yeah.
it just represents the stuff I like. It just represents me. If you want like a kind of a peek into who I am, you should probably pick up the book. See, look, Silver's put it on.
Ah, the plug.
The plug.
Who
Thanks
was
for
it?
doing that.
Who's Nightbot?
That's the
Nightbot.
bot. If you put exclamation shop, then it'll pop up with the site.
Okay.
It's all these Twitch bots
Twitch
for
bats.
doing stuff. But yeah, I mean, and I think that's why I can still have a certain excitement to draw, because if I draw 8 hours a day doing slot gaming stuff, like which I like doing, and I can do it, it's just like I go home like, all right, I need to draw a goofy toothy monster,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
teeth.
it's like you gotta
You
let
want teeth.
that sweet release.
right,
Yeah.
and I mean, even like with putting the book together, that was like a project in itself. It
Mhm.
was
Right.
it was kind of also created to put together. But I'm not saying all artists have to do one.
I don't know. I'm feeling the pressure, dude.
You should do one. Dude.
Yeah, I do. No, I do.
I'll buy 2. How about that? If you do.
There we go. I gotta make up for last time. I
There you
can't draw a hand for shit
I'll
today.
I'll
my
buy
God.
one late. I'll buy one late and claim that I have to hurry before they're all sold out.
Oh man, I had some like really like some people really surprised me that they bought the book.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Like
oh,
people you
wow,
thought that didn't like you or something?
You're like, they like me.
they like
really
me.
like me.
Yeah, I mean, and
Or
like,
people that
even,
you
like,
thought didn't even know you?
yeah,
Because
well,
you have
like both.
that list of professionals that you didn't realize know of your
Right.
work.
Oh yeah, and especially when you have like people that you follow and admire, like buying your shit. It's like, oh wow, I feel.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't imagine. That's even the feeling that I get from like a follow. I can't remember, or I can't imagine what that would be like for someone who
Yeah.
like actually purchase art
Puts
from
down money for that. Like,
you. Puts down their
whoa.
own hard-earned cash.
Exactly. I'll screenshot those follows. I'm like, oh shit, so follow me. Let me just screenshot this so I remember. But it's also like I mentioned this to Elisa too. I'm surprised people that I thought would buy it didn't buy it. And I was just like, oh, I thought we were cool like that. But that's fine. But I think
it could be a
It's
money
not
issue.
fine.
it could be a money issue. No pressure. But it's just like, I know you and I know you can. But maybe
Just so everyone
maybe
knows,
you're
he
just
was
like,
talking about me. He was pressuring me.
I was talking about me. No, I can bully you all day. I can
Yes.
bully you all day.
Because if you
but
guys
it's-
recall, I had to purchase it live last week.
He did it on the live.
We all saw his credit card number and everything.
Yeah, I showed you my credit card. I mumbled my credit card number while typing it into the. No, the art book's awesome though. You guys should
But the-
definitely pick it up.
But
There's
thanks,
so
though.
much art in there. So much art.
Yeah,
See,
it was chalk to the brim with art.
you get your
Yeah.
money's worth. You
Yes.
get your money's worth. So just do it. Just what are you waiting
Do
for?
it. Just
do
buy
it.
it. You know what? Just buy the book.
Just
Soulbrush will buy your book, Rurax.
yeah, Soulbrush.
Soulbrush
Soulbrush needs to buy another one. And
Yeah,
he
he
said,
needs
"I'll buy a Rurax."
more art
Oh yeah,
books.
see, so there's 2 customers already. 2 customers for
Lined up.
2.5
Yeah,
because I
because-
said I would purchase one later when
Yeah.
when they were almost sold out. No,
Yeah,
I would definitely get it. I would definitely buy it.
Would you?
Speaking
though?
of supporting
Would you?
artist friends, where's Diona's calendar? It's getting a little.
I know.
late
When's
in
that?
the
When's that
year.
coming out? I need to buy it.
A little late in the year. We need to hurry up and buy it. Make sure we get ours and then tell everyone about it.
That's
Remember that?
right.
Remember that
Oh, yeah,
episode of Jurassic Mouse Claw where we bought the last calendar
And then told everyone.
and then told everyone about it? Oh, too late. We bought the last ones.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, I enjoy buying her calendar every year.
Yeah, I
but,
have it. As
But
you
I
see right here.
also love to support her like hard work and stuff that she puts into it.
Yeah.
And that's why I buy Brian's books but don't read them.
The fourth book in our new Daniel Lee thriller series will be out next week on the 20th.
Nice.
I don't think I've picked that up though yet, but I will.
I mean, it's fine.
I can mouth out my credit card number right now as I purchase it.
It's only fair.
I can't draw in it for you though because they're digital copies.
So wait, I saw I could get a print copy of your books.
You can, but
Yeah,
it's from Amazon.
I have an actual copy.
It's sent from Amazon though. Oh, you bought? Yeah, that's right. You bought 2% Power, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You sure
that's,
did.
those
I
are
should have
sent
had you
from
sign
Amazon. Like, I mean, I didn't show up Saturday, but
it.
I could
Also,
have
my
signed.
dad has
I
it
will
now,
autograph books.
There you go.
I gave it to my dad because he's like a sci-fi reader.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
It's
Lisa was like,
superheroes,
I ain't
so
reading
you're
this
gonna hate
shit.
it on sci-fi. It's superheroes.
It just
You're
made
gonna
sense to give it to him. So
I hope he
That's
enjoys
cool.
it because I had a lot of fun writing it.
I think he did enjoy it.
Yeah, I remember when,
I'll have to pick his brain about it.
yeah, that
Nice.
was you guys' first book. I remember when you
That was that was the first book I wrote. I wrote a short story with that character in there, and the characters basically started as a joke because that was my 2% Power was my nickname, or 2% was my nickname, because we would go to a bar after hours and I would order like milk or hot chocolate or something.
Chalky milk.
That's so funny.
But yeah, it started as a short
I used
story.
to
Then I was
also
like,
do
oh,
that.
right, this is a novel.
I'm
When I used to
trying
go out with my friends back in the day when I was a youth,
to you.
You used to get
and they were
chocolate milk.
like, yeah, I would if like we went to like a grocery store or something beforehand, like pre-gaming, I'd always have a chocolate milk
Pre-game with chocolate milk.
because I hated drinking. I don't drink, so I'm just like I can have fun with my chocolate
funny.
milk.
I drank so much chocolate milk, not realizing that I was actually lactose intolerant to some degree.
Oh,
And
God.
I would always wonder why I would get the worst stomach aches and nausea. And I was like, probably because I'm chugging a quart of chocolate milk
Mammals
while
milk.
playing role-playing games.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
That's
character in
hilarious.
2% Power is lactose intolerant, but if he drinks milk, his powers are stronger.
How sad.
He suffers for his art. He suffers for his art.
Oh my God, I cannot draw this hand right now. This is bothering me so much. This is embarrassing on the live.
Yeah, like I'm just having difficulty today, and it's just like, oh, of course, this is like the.
I am
perfect
too. I'm
time
like,
to-
I don't know how to shade a
Struggling drawing it.
cornucopia.
Lord.
I know cornucopias, they kind of look like woven, and I was like, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, yours is solid though, bro. I love that.
I think I'm
Very
done.
full
I'm not going to
brushes.
color it this week because it's a lot. It's a lot.
I
Oh,
like
you
his feet are so creepy.
I got lazy.
They are,
All right, I got lazy in the feet.
You know what? I almost thought for a second here doing that thing. You know when they put those little
Rob
like
Liefeld?
white. No, the little white
Oh.
caps on the ends of the feet of a turkey.
Oh,
like
the
in a
little- yes,
cartoon.
those
They look
little
like little bones.
chef hat
The little, like a
cap,
chef
yeah.
hat.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's a little. I don't know what they're called, but yes.
Yeah,
don't know
it's
either.
creepy because they're tiny. Like, I don't know. Me, I'm drawing a goblin with just like a tail
Turkey
feathers.
feet,
Turkey feet.
tail feathers, and turkey feet. Yeah, that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
That's all that matters. You can't win them all.
That's right.
Oh man, but yeah, it's
Well, I hope you get out
I
of
thought
your
someone's
art
gonna get
rut,
lazy
dude,
and do the hand turkey. Like just draw the hand
those are so
turkey.
cute.
yeah. I mean, you know what? Like, I'm not even on camera. I just realized. When did I go off the camera?
Oh my God, it's just me
Oh,
and
did your
Brian in
camera
here.
just-
Look at this. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird. Sorry, world.
Let them
Um,
see.
But you know what? Like
Let them see your tiny office. It's so tiny.
my
How
tiny
tiny is that office?
If people only knew.
People
They
only
only
knew.
knew. Behind
All
the
the room
camera is
for
like is a
activities.
palatial estate.
Oh, that's the reason I got the house. I was like, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
This office is bigger than the master bedroom, so we're buying this.
Yeah, exactly. Like I thought it was the master bedroom when we first got in. I'm not even sure I can say master bedroom anymore. Isn't that like
It's a primary, okay.
it's a
Wait, is that the new term? Primary bedroom?
Yeah.
We're not allowed to say
You
master
can't,
bedroom?
you can't be saying master because that's
Wow.
I mean, honestly, like I think when I first heard it, I was like, "What?" And then I'm like, I actually prefer it more because it is
Primary
the primary
bedroom.
residence or
Yes,
primary bedroom.
But then I feel
It's
like
the
my
parent-
office is
the
the
parental
primary
bedroom.
room now.
It's
The
the
parental
parental
room.
bedroom.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man.
All right, here's the cornucopia part. I did it.
Oh,
I did it.
I didn't even
Did
do
it.
that. What's the shape of a cornucopia? Hold on.
It's a
Just give him a
horn,
little
or
horn.
as
Just give him a little
yeah.
horn, like he's like it's an instrument, and have
Okay.
some grapes falling out of it or something.
He's playing the
leaves
the
and whatnot.
cornucopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is such a hack job.
All right. All right, sketch is done. Now we'll leave.
Oh, the sketch is done. I thought we were.
Now she's got to go into her magic.
I gotta
brush
go into
settings
the
to clean
yeah.
line
That's
work.
right. That's right. Gotta clean it up.
God,
Yeah, my
someone's
allergies.
going all extra today. Every day.
Yeah, I just might color it. You don't know that.
She's like, you know what?
Uh-oh.
Damn it! If I'm gonna
Oh,
draw
we're gonna be
once a week,
here.
I know it's already 7:45.
oh, we were on for like 2 hours like last week almost.
Yeah.
Last week, yeah. I don't know
This
if
is fun.
her eye and sinuses can handle 2 hours tonight, though.
We'll see.
We'll see. What kind of stuff goes in the
So-
gourds?
Gourds. So, to stay on topic, one of the things people tend to overwhelm themselves with is if you're away from something for so long is trying to leap right back into it full speed.
Yeah.
And as you'll learn from our new cult, Atomic Habits, which is not our cult, but we love the book.
It is a cult.
But this is the approach I also take is you have to start much smaller and like ridiculously small, like so small that it's almost like that's dumb. That's too small because you're going to
It's like working
overshoot
out,
that
right?
anyway. Yeah, it's like working out. Like, so like I've heard someone mention, like if you're trying to develop the habit to go back to working out, the first day, all you need to do is put your shoes on and act like you can go to the gym. And that's it.
Mhm.
And then next day you walk out the house and then, but people are like, that's dumb. That's too small. And then they end up going to the gym anyway.
And then you hurt yourself, and then you're
And then you're
at a
yourself and you're
convention
out for
like 3
3
months. Yeah.
yeah. But
Right.
like if I don't write for a while, it's hard because right now I do about 3,000 to 5,000 words a day, and it's difficult to jump right back into that pace after a while. So like a friend of mine told me just start with 50 words a day, like 350 words a week, and I was like, that's dumb. That's way too small. But he's like, yeah, just say 50, but you're not going to stop at 50 because that's silly too. So the effort
Right.
it takes to open the app and stand in front of the keyboard, you're going to write more than 50 words, and you end up writing like 350, which is not, close to what you were normally doing. But if your goal is 50 words, it's easy. Hey, Blaze is here. It has
Blaze.
been a while. It has
How
been
you
a while.
doing, man? Good to see
But yeah,
you.
you start small, so ridiculously small that the goal feels like cartoonishly simple.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
little
you just
victories,
breeze
right?
past it. Yeah, and you
Mhm.
feel like you accomplished something. You're like, oh, I did 10 times what my goal was, but it's still below what you want to do.
Mhm.
But you don't realize that. You're not thinking about it like that. You're thinking it as a victory, like a win.
Yeah.
And those wins are important to get back to, like, I guess, daily
Yeah, it's
sketches.
interesting the psychology of that.
Yeah. Daily sketches or even maybe automatic drawing would help, which I haven't done in forever.
Oh yeah.
I don't
forgot about
do that
automatic
often.
drawing.
Yeah,
What's
it's
that?
a strange. It's like freestyling with blank page. You just start drawing random shapes.
Yeah.
And
You
then
just don't think about what you're drawing.
You don't think about what you're trying to. Yeah, you just start filling the page.
Yeah,
with,
that's
like,
actually
doodles.
really good practice. I used to have like a white roll of paper. You just
like a whole
the
big
cheat sheet.
scroll.
And then I would just pull out like the next, like I'd do my automatic drawing for the day, and then just keep pulling it out. And at the end, you'd have like this really long piece.
Monsters.
Oh,
This
that's cool.
But it's just like a bunch of nonsense. It's like just like random scribbling and shit, like defining like weird shapes, meshing them together.
Yeah, and then you find yourself doing like different, like what happened to you moved magma? You took over magma, Ed.
Oh, did I?
No, it's just you.
But like one of the cool things about automatic drawing is you find yourself practicing like just different pen strokes, like different curves and lines, and like moving with the shoulder and the elbow, because you're not thinking about what to draw, you just think about how to draw.
It's like movement, like how you're meditation. Holding your pencil.
Yeah, it's really meditation. And there's like no pressure, because you're not going to post it on Instagram. That would be silly.
Of course.
unless you want to post it. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do.
Stop telling us. Stop being someone's dad already.
I'm so bossy. Yeah, but they don't listen, so you all have to listen to me now.
You have
They're at that age.
Yeah, adults.
I forget that you have adult children. Like, holy crap! Like mine are.
It's wild, right?
Mine are on the verge. They're not quite adults yet, but they're getting there. And then one day they're gonna like say, "Hey, no, Dad, I ain't listening to you." They do that now, but they don't.
I was gonna say that.
They don't. They don't. They don't talk back.
Oh, but they just don't do stuff. That's normal. That's normal. It's not malicious. It's lazy.
Yeah, I'll be like, get out my house.
The same way. I was the same way though, so I can't be too mad.
Yeah.
I used to tell that joke to my kids. I was like, when you could beat me in a fight, you can make the rules. And then we all started lifting weights, and then they were getting stronger than me. So I was like, hey, I was just joking about that beat me in a fight thing. You guys know that, right?
My dad used to say that to my brother.
But did he mean it though? Because I never meant it.
And then one day it happened, and we were like, whoa.
Oh shit.
Yeah, who's making the rules now? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Are you the breadwinner now? Yeah, I would never say that and act like it was real.
Yeah.
That's I'm not saying you need to listen to my authority. I'm saying that's like toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
It's poisonous. It's equating strength with authority, and that's
with
dumb.
Respect and authority. Yeah.
With respect and authority. Yeah, it's unhealthy.
Are you not an alpha male, Brian? Is that what you are?
Nah, I'm not a made up concept.
Right.
Whoa, man.
I gotta get
That's
away
true,
with that
though.
kind of bullshit.
That is, yeah, not to get too off topic, but yeah, I think that's healthy to like teach men, especially. It's like, no, you don't have to do all that for bravado. It's like,
yeah, it doesn't.
It's all phony shit.
Yeah. Like you can't measure everything in life to that. Like you can measure like weightlifting competitions to how strong you are, because that makes sense.
Right, yeah.
Or fighting, if you want to be fight sports. Yes, beating people in a fight means something there. But fighting to make the rules in the house is just madness.
That is weird.
Insanity.
Oh man.
That's how our ancestors did it, damn it. In the octagon.
And where are they now? Yeah. Where are they now? Now it's money that rules the world. Sadly, it's money.
I almost don't like this turkey tail at all.
You went hard with the turkey tail, man.
Yeah, I like it.
But it works.
It works.
It works.
Something just off. I'm just
Have you
off.
flipped your canvas?
I'm afraid to.
That helps.
Can you flip just your? Can you just flip your
How do I
You?
flip it? Is it
It's at the top bar. There's
Does that flip
an
everyone?
arrow going
see.
left and an arrow going right.
Oh, yeah, that only
okay?
flips
Oh, you
yours.
just mine, so you can't see the
Ah,
monstrosity. Oh, okay,
That's
that's
right.
fun. You know what? It's actually not too bad.
yeah.
I thought it was gonna be worse. Actually, I think I prefer it this way.
There you go.
Flipped.
Just don't write any text because I've
Oh,
made that
right.
Yeah, because
mistake
it'll
on
come
the
up
podcast
backwards.
before. Yeah. And then you just look like a crazy person.
She just writes backwards. It's like some
Yeah, so I
insanity
do it to be
thing.
cool. To be cool and quirky.
But yeah, I mean, as far as it being a rut, I think it might not. You know, what I consider a rut might not even be a rut to some people. You know.
Yeah, that's, I guess that sums up what I was saying earlier. I think your rut is very, very different. But hey, you know what though? It's your life, so
Yeah.
if you're used to what you're used to.
Well, I
can't
think we
feel
also,
bad.
but this is also similar to like Ed's favorite topic, artist block, that he considers to be as real as alpha males. Like
it's
just so
not
everyone
a
knows, Ed
thing.
doesn't do an artist block. It's not a thing. But like another way to get out of a rut is not even to get in like an art schedule, but like start looking at other media and stuff, because one of the reasons I almost started drawing again was because I watched Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix, and I loved the animation style. It reminded me of not so much of anime, but like Iron Giant, that style of animation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been
and I
told to
wanted
watch that
to
show.
draw that. It is not like, oh, this is family friendly anime. It's not. It is not close to that.
Oh, even better.
It's all violence and nudity and heads rolling.
You had me at violence.
It's very good though. I really enjoyed it.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Garg Draws says Blue Eye Samurai is so good. Wait, what is Blaze saying? Post a link in the chat.
That's about daily doodles.
Daily doodles.
Yeah, go ahead. Post the link.
But yes, Blue Eye Samurai is good. I was excited because Onimusha is also on Netflix now, and it's based on that old Capcom game, the old fixed camera Resident Evil style Capcom game. And then I saw Blue Eye Samurai was also on there. I was like, how much samurai content can we possibly get on Netflix? The answer is not enough.
Not enough.
I wonder why that happened that way. There's all this.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like they both came out
like
the same week.
And Ants and Bugs Life came out at the same time. Like, what?
What's happening here?
Fun fact: A Bug's Life is 7 Samurai.
Right.
It's the plot of 7 Samurai. And then Dion blew my mind when he said, "So is 3 Amigos." I was like, "Whoa!"
Exactly.
3 Amigos and Bug's Life are both 7 Samurai.
7 Samurai.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
You mean in terms of like
the plot
storyline? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, what is that? What's happening, Garg? FX's Shogun show is coming out in February. I haven't seen the trailer for that. A Shogun show? Are you kidding me?
Remember in the 80s where there were so many ninjas everywhere in the 80s? There was an actual ninja TV show on network TV. The Master. You guys remember that? Oh, you can't. You have to call it The Primary now. You can't call it The Master.
It looks sick. Oh, let's go. I'm gonna have to check out that trailer.
I never heard of. It's on FX. So that mean it won't? Oh, it might be on Hulu then, because Hulu plays FX shows.
Yeah.
So I think you guys would be proud of me, but I think I finally released myself from spooky season.
Finally. Finally, I'm proud of you.
It only took
Death
a few
grip.
weeks, but it seriously had a death grip on me.
That's funny.
But
I mean, I was about to watch some more horror movies, but then we decided not. We decided to just
But,
watch some other stuff.
oh, never mind. I watched a horror movie yesterday. It was
Wait,
Five
Oh,
Nights.
so
what
you're
was it?
lying.
Five Nights at Freddy's. I watched.
Does
I
that,
mean,
I,
that
I
I
don't
feel
know
like
if that
it is horror,
counts.
but I feel like it's okay because it's like a cultural
It's a video game movie.
thing
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
like
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
relevant now.
And
What did you think of it though? Because I never played the game, and I actually liked that movie.
I was surprised because I mean it was okay. I liked it. It's like because I was gauging it with other horror, so of course I'm going to be very particular.
Right.
But it wasn't bad. I
Yeah.
was expecting like a horror comedy. I don't know why. Maybe because
Did it take itself too seriously for you?
it
I
to a
mean,
certain degree.
it could have been funnier, but is the game supposed to be horror comedy though?
I don't think so. I think it's just a horror game.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
didn't
it's just
think
horror.
that there was
I've never played the
funny
game,
elements.
but I knew nothing about the characters or the plot, but I enjoyed the movie.
Right.
And my son watched it. My youngest son watched it with us, and he really liked it.
Yeah, my son really liked it also. I mean,
yeah, because I guess they do show they are pretty faithful to the games, as faithful as you can be in a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, for a movie, I mean, it wasn't bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Looks like Blaze.
What
did you think, Blaze?
Yeah, what do you think of Blaze? I saw Heather and I watched a movie called Cold Pursuit last night. It's a Liam Neeson movie, and it starts it's like serious and somber, and there's like a scene in the beginning that is weirdly out of place, almost like they drag it out too long for comedy. And I was like, that was a weird choice. And then they kept doing things like that, and I was like, I think this is supposed to be a dark comedy. But they didn't pull it off. There was some comedy in there, and I was laughing, but it felt like inappropriate laughing.
Right.
So I looked it up on IMDb. It's listed as a comedy drama, like a dark comedy. It's like, I don't think Liam Neeson got the notes that it's supposed to be a comedy.
He thought it was just a Liam Neeson action movie.
Yeah,
I love that for him.
Yeah,
he's like, this is another Taken. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like Taken. Like, can we not? Can you do something funny?
Right.
The game has lots of jump scares. I would imagine so. I feel like, I'm gonna be honest. That's the only way. That's one of the best ways games can scare people is jump scares.
It is,
because that's all Dead Space is. Dead Space is all jump scares.
Yeah, I love horror movies, but I am a chicken shit with like freaking horror video games. It's just like,
really?
It's too much. Funny. It's too immersive, right? Even on the PlayStation 2, it's too immersive because you're holding the DualShock controller. It's like, this is too much sensory information.
Oh, freaking Resident Evil on the Nintendo 64.
On the PlayStation, I remember PlayStation 1, the jump scare in Resident Evil. You go through a hallway several times, and then one time you go through and that zombie smashes through the window. I was like, ugh.
That's too funny.
We're frightened old men.
We are.
Another movie I watched that was surprisingly good. I don't want to say surprisingly because I expected it to be good, but Violent Night. The David
I haven't seen that yet.
Die Hard Santa movie. That was not the movie I was expecting at all, and I loved it.
Okay. Well, I guess spooky season isn't over yet.
It's a Christmas movie. It's not spooky season. It's a straight up Christmas movie.
Is like John Wick, essentially, right?
Yeah, I did not expect that movie. I expected like a thriller horror comedy with like hostage situation, but it's a Christmas movie. It's a dark, bloody comedy Christmas movie.
I appreciate that it was made.
Yeah,
just the concept of it is hilarious.
Yes. because when we watched it, I was like, this would be like a good transition movie in November to head towards Christmas, but it's just straight up.
Point actually.
Yeah, it's just straight up. It is like Die Hard.
Yeah, which is a Christmas movie.
Blaze says, I was educated on Friday the 13th last month. Are you saying you've never seen it until then?
What?
Sounds like Friday the 13th. Educated on Friday the 13th last month. That sounds like something a young person would say.
You should watch the one with Crispin Glover in it. That's an amazing one.
What an odd dude.
Corey
that is
Feldman,
an odd dude.
You should see him
Corey
dance
Feldman,
in that movie.
So that's like 4 or 5, right? Or
isn't it?
I think
5?
it's 3. I think it's 3.
Is it 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it that much earlier?
The one with Corey Feldman?
I guess that.
Yeah.
Or is he talking? Oh.
And Crispin Glover, right? Yeah, that's the same one, right?
Yeah.
I will say though, as weird as Crispin Glover is, he's the reason stars own their likenesses in movies, and for that I applaud him because they tried to get away with
the Back to the Future thing,
the Back to the Future 2 thing, because he wasn't in that. I thought he was in that because they had
me too.
They had George McFly upside down, so you couldn't really tell that it wasn't Crispin Glover, and he sued them for that and won.
Good for him.
Bravo, Crispin Glover.
Where's the guy that played that Crispin Glover?
Yeah, no one knows who that is.
Like, is he
that was
like
Eric
doing
Stoltz.
Cons?
That was
Eric Stoltz. he was the first Marty, wasn't he?
He was the first Marty McFly, and that's still mind blowing to me.
That's funny
He's
that they would film almost the whole movie.
Like Liam Neeson. Wait, there's a remake of Friday the 13th?
Yeah. Well, it came out like 2013-ish.
Oh. What? I never even heard of that.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
just
Blaze watched.
Yeah, they kind of skipped over the whole Pamela Voorhees stuff. So it kind of went right into Jason.
So it just went right to Jason.
Yeah, they kind of did like a flashback.
I'm going to say it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going right to Jason Voorhees.
I agree.
I think you need a little background.
I mean, a little background of his mom, but yeah, it's like I don't think you really gotta.
Yeah, to be honest, like the franchise is Jason, you know.
Yeah.
I think this turned out better. I think it turned out better. Good. Not great, but he definitely looks better reversed to me.
I can zoom out on my iPad so I can see a better view of instead of the Twitch stream version.
Oh god. Yeah, I guess I'm not mad at mine as much anymore, but still can't.
I think it's the cornucopias that threw us all for a loop, right?
That's right.
Like I'm not mad at it.
When I was the one that I suggested.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed.
Oh, that's how parents hurt their children emotionally.
That's right.
See,
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Just disappointed.
Oh man.
I mean, my parents never said that, but you can tell they were disappointed and not mad.
Yeah,
and it hurt. You didn't have to say it. It hurt.
This is a black and gray. I'll put some color in it, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of feel compelled to color mine as well.
Just do some spot colors at least.
Yeah.
Just something away from this garbage.
Especially for some chatting, I might as well color.
If we're still talking.
Yeah.
There you go.
What did Blaze say? Did you see the death battle, Jason?
The death battle, Jason? I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, what is
that like the celebrity death match? Or is it that YouTube channel that does those fictional characters fighting each other?
Oh no, there was a movie with the girl from The Ring versus the girl from
girl from The Grudge.
Oh, that's
that was that was not like I think that was unofficial. I watched it and I enjoyed it, but I don't think either of those studios was involved. It was probably a bootleg. That was fun, though. That was a fun movie.
Yeah, I never saw it. I didn't even know where to see it. It was just like, oh no, it's on Shudder. It's on Shudder.
Yeah, it's on Shudder. Which is why I thought it was official.
Yeah, I watched so much.
I'm surprised that they would play something that's like not official.
Yeah, like I guess it's not illegal or anything like that, but it wasn't like the original studios or creators weren't involved in that movie.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, Shudder is. I like having Shudder. It's just all the time horror. If that's your thing.
It's not my thing, but I found that I really watch more movies on Shudder than a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, Jason, you actually got me into Shudder.
Yeah, Dion got me into Shudder because of One Cut of the Dead, and I was like, they have so many zombie movies on here, so I kept Shudder. I watched One Cut of the Dead, and then I watched Mayhem with Steve.
Oh, Mayhem's good. Yeah, and,
that's so good. Samara Weaving.
So Samara Weaving.
Samara Weaving.
I liked her in that one movie where she was getting married.
Ready or Not. Okay. Yeah, that was really good.
Not. Yeah, that's such a good movie.
That was really good.
But here I am talking horror.
Yeah, I thought you were over it.
What happened? I'm never over it.
Well, what's your classic Christmas movie then?
Oh,
or holiday movie?
We watch Krampus.
Krampus. He's a horror head. If you're talking about Krampus,
Krampus is a cool movie.
Yeah. Well, it's also like a Michael Dougherty movie that did Trick or Treat, so it's kind of in the same. Yeah. The same.
He follows you on Twitter, so you have to.
I have to.
Whoa.
Have to show love.
Big time over here. You do one Trick or Treat drawing, and he'll follow you.
Sometimes all it takes.
Yeah. And then he'll probably go through his followers and like, why am I following this guy? He saw the book.
He's not going to purge
who the hell does he think he is?
He's not going to purge you.
You know that actually went through my head about the book? It was like, who the fuck do I think I am making a book?
God,
do you think I don't have a book? it's like.
Well, you know what I'm saying? That went through my
valid.
head.
You guys are nuts.
Totally
you guys are nuts.
To think that, but it's honestly though after seeing your book though, you had so much content though that it seemed crazy that you hadn't made a book before. Honestly,
yeah, you needed to make that book.
It was like kind of insane when I was like flipping through it. I'm like, oh my god, like so such a wide body of work there.
Was it too much?
No, it was not enough.
I flipped through the whole thing and I never you know what I mean? I didn't have to flip through it. It was just I was engaged with every page.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think it's knowing your art personally and then really seeing. I was like, wow, this is.
It was a nice trip down memory lane too, because you had older pieces
that's a good way of putting it.
Missed seeing that I hadn't seen in a while, like that Napoleon Dynamite one that I love.
Oh yeah,
that's great. That's so nicely rendered.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks.
Oops.
Was that your round soft brush days that you hated? Because it looks great.
I don't even remember. Yeah, I remember I used to talk shit on the round soft. It's like, damn it!
While we're all using round soft in Magma.
It works. Yeah.
We have no choice. There's no choice.
It's all we
I think
have.
you might have made a line through.
Was that me? Sorry. I just wanted to ruin your mini masterpiece over here.
Yeah, hardly.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna ruin her day. I'm gonna ruin her day. There you go. There, you happy? Eesh.
Yeah, it's not in my eye line anymore.
Making divas over here.
I almost know what you're talking about, Ed, because I'm writing and releasing novels, never having written novels before, and I was almost to the point of who do I think I am, but we started getting 5-star reviews. I was like, oh, okay, people want to read this new stuff. Yeah, it's still imposter syndrome.
Very real.
It's still imposter syndrome, but at least I know that there's people that read the same books that Alan and I read, because we're writing books that we would read.
Right, and that's what you should do.
And
Don't,
because just like from steal from an artist, steal like an artist. One of the points was write the books you want to read, because no one else is doing it. Everyone else is trying to be Tom Clancy or John Grisham.
Yeah, and I think with that book, I think I'm just trying to that's just me,
Yeah, put it out there.
Yeah, love it or hate it.
Yeah, that's you. That's your thing. So when did Jason fight Mike Myers? I don't know, like what that is from.
I remember that.
That's got to be a YouTube thing, right? I saw Freddy vs. Jason. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I actually have a figure from Freddy vs. Jason, but they never made a Freddy. They just made a Jason. I'm like, why would you do
that?
Unless I missed
weird.
It's weird,
you
right?
Must have, right?
Yeah.
Like here's our exclusive Freddy vs. Jason collection. It's just Jason. Like
it's just Jason. Sorry, kids.
It's not called Jason vs. Freddy.
There you go. All over the place today.
Yeah. What do you think you're gonna do to overcome your art rut, if anything?
Just keep probably just keep drawing my sketchbook. Like even if it's not a thing, it's at least moving. Like it just keeps me.
Yeah.
Like moving.
I think that's what I need to do, because I have a large piece I keep wanting to finish. I think I need to start small again.
Yeah.
Build up to grab the iPad again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that analogy of to equate it to the gym. It's just, I think when you have such lofty ideas, it's very easy to become disappointed when you're not producing something.
To talk yourself out of it, like, oh.
Yeah, and then it's just you're mentally
I'm not where I used to be.
Yeah, you're not setting yourself up for success when you do shit like that.
Much like the gym, art gains and muscle gains come back quicker than they go away.
Yeah.
Oh, and what do you call it? Not to go off topic, but I did talk to Louisa. I think I mentioned, and she's starting to come on as a guest.
That's cool
on the podcast. So
nice.
I thought she might be afraid. I
think she was afraid initially, but I think she just needs to know there's no pressure here to do anything.
And it was good to meet her in person and stuff. And I was creeping on her Instagram. And like she has a lot of good content. Like she does like children's books also. She works in gaming. But even just like her videos she posts, it's just like, oh, she put some thought into her post. Like I'll just post like haphazardly and just like, yep, here I go.
Yeah.
We're not curating our feeds, you mean?
Yeah, but
I know I don't. But when you see people that do that, there's such a nice aesthetic, and I think it's like when your Instagram almost acts like a portfolio, it's kind of like you kind of get a sense for who that person is, and I think it's helpful in you kind of know what they're about, like almost instantaneously. Like a well curated Instagram. It's not a mishmash of like crap thrown together. It's like very thoughtful.
But sometimes I think people that do something like that, they do fall into that mindset of they have to keep doing that style. Like some people, it's just who they are, so it makes sense. But other people, they find success in a certain style, and they feel trapped in it.
Yeah, that's probably where you'd have to have like a separate Instagram account for like nonsensical things.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
if you're trying to maintain that aesthetic and stuff.
Yeah. Who did Lost Zemi? Is that how you say that? Lost Zemi? I saw goblins and I was compelled to come watch. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
you can't
joining,
goblin or a boglin.
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 Well, thanks for coming by, Lazemi. Yes, we're just doing goblins, turkeys, and cornucopias.
Yeah, it's still kind of spooky-ish.
You know. Yes.
Ish.
Ed
You know,
just
three
couldn't help
things that
himself.
makes sense. Well, I mean, it's only
Had to throw a
spookyish
goblin
because
in there.
we're still using the wheel that was populated during October. Not all the stuff was
That's right.
selected yet. I'm sure there's still more. There's like at least one more, right? Or was Goblin the last one?
Oh, for the
Is
Halloween.
Mutant is on there, isn't it?
Mutant
Yeah,
is on
Mutant.
there. That's still
Yeah.
holiday-ish, I guess.
Garg says, "Gobble gobble goblins." There you go. Perfect.
I love a good goblin. Are you a goblin person or an orc person?
Oh, orc.
I'm an
General
orc person.
question.
I'm an orc person.
Goblins are such kind of like weaselly.
They're tricksters, and I like
Yeah.
them for it.
Of course you would.
There are goblins in Lord of the Rings, right? Like the smaller guys that wanted to eat
Yeah.
the Hobbit's legs. Those are goblins, right?
I thought they
Yeah.
were
I think they
smaller
were.
orcs.
Just small
Are they-
orcs. I don't
Well,
know.
I maybe in Tolkien kind of way,
Yeah.
it's like a smaller orc is a goblin.
Yeah, they weren't like Urukai kind of orcs. You know,
Yeah.
they were just a regular
Yeah,
orcs.
regular orc.
But there was
Yeah.
other regular orcs that weren't Uruk-hai, or like I thought those were goblins because they had a different build. They were skinnier with like different features.
I have no clue.
I don't know. I gotta do my yearly rewatch of Lord of the Rings, so I'll let you know.
We usually
Oh.
do ours like Thanksgiving as our rewatch for Lord of the Rings. They are the better creature subtype in Magic
Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
I don't
mean to make fun of Magic the Gathering because I think it's awesome that it basically spawned the whole trading card game thing. But I remember turning on ESPN2 and there's a Magic the Gathering tournament, and I was like, "What? What happened?
You're like,
What's
who?
happening?"
Let these nerds on TV.
ESPN2. And I thought that was like, "This is it. This is dodgeball. It's ESPN Ocho."
Of the Ocho.
Oh, that's so funny. That's actually pretty cool that they would have that on.
Is it?
It's interesting.
I mean, I wasn't mad at it. I was stunned by it that they had Magic the Gathering on ESPN.
Nice art sub. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Thank you.
Midlife Bro Logic.
Midlife Brew
So last time he says in the movies there were less goblins in Moria. In Moria there were orcs.
Oh yeah, those were.
I don't think they ever goblin in the movie, right? I just assumed that they were goblins
because they could crawl on the walls in Moria, right?
Yeah.
Those nerds talking Lord of the Rings.
I mean, it's been a while since I read it. I remember the first time I read it, I read all of those dumb songs thinking there was some clue, like I was reading the Never-Ending Story and I would have the answers. They were just dumb poems. They were just bad poems.
Hey.
So if you read Lord of the Rings, you don't have to read the songs. You don't have to read the poems.
You have to read the songs.
You don't.
I've actually never read any of the Lord of the Rings books.
Oh, really?
I've only read The Hobbit.
One of the first books I read for myself for fun was The Hobbit after I graduated high school. I hated reading school because there's always a sign, and that was so dumb to think that way. I read The Hobbit after I graduated and started reading all fantasy and sci-fi after that. And then I reread The Hobbit. Not as good as Lord of the Rings. 2/3 of the way through, it turns into like a
Yeah.
D&D campaign. They're fighting for the loot. They're fighting over who gets the loot because who killed the dragon. It's like this is like a D&D campaign. The party squabbling with each other.
Yeah, The Hobbit is a good high school read, I think.
Yeah.
It's like they thought the audience would be confused if they included goblins.
There's too many creatures.
Yeah, too many creatures.
The Hobbit's a good read. I can finish that in a day. Okay.
You're
a good reader. I'm not a good reader.
It's
terrible
definitely
reader.
shorter. It's definitely a shorter book, but like the movie, for some dumb reason, is a trilogy, and it makes me mad.
I agree. That did not need to be. That was a cash grab for sure.
Cash grab.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man.
I will, though, never forget the excitement of all those Lord of the Rings movies. I went to every single midnight premiere
God, so good.
of those movies, and it was such a great time in society. Things were good. Things were good then.
What? Guard Draws says The Hobbit's got a full cast audiobook. I love full cast audiobooks. I absolutely love them.
Cool.
They're like radio dramas.
Yeah.
They're so much fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I love full cast audiobooks. There's an audiobook called Space 1969 with Natasha Lyonne as the lead narrator.
Oh,
it's
that's
so
interesting.
good. It's so funny. I highly recommend it. If you have an Audible subscription, it's actually included in the membership, so you don't have to spend the credit.
I
you can
have
just listen to it.
I do have one.
So you could just listen to Space 1969.
That's how I read books, is Audible. Like thank God for
I like Audible.
Yeah, I go for my morning walks listening to an audiobook, and then it's funny because I would listen to all audiobooks if it didn't feel silly sitting on the couch listening to an audiobook to me. I don't know why.
I have to be driving.
On the couch, I read a book. Yeah, but if I'm walking or driving, I listen to audiobooks. But if I'm sitting on the couch, it feels weird to listen to an audiobook to me. And I don't know why. That doesn't make sense.
I would agree, Brian. I think I feel the exact same way.
But it doesn't make sense though, right? It's still reading. You're still forced
audiobooks are
thing.
Only for movement.
For multitasking.
If you're still, you must read a physical book.
Yes. You must be turning the page, whether on your Kindle or physical pages.
And huffing the pages.
Huffing the pages. You got to riffle through the pages and smell it every time you pick up the book.
This is like how bad a reader I am. I mean, I can read. Don't get me wrong. I get lost in like looking at letters.
That is called ADD.
Are you dyslexic? Are you dyslexic?
No, but no, I don't think so. At least
no, because dude, it
might
can't,
be ADHD.
I'll read and I will sometimes
don't know what you read.
Have to reread the page 4 to 5 times because I'm like, what the fuck did I just read?
That's exactly
because my mind is wandering literally while I'm reading it. It's terrible.
Yeah. And so what
I have to read slower to prevent that, but then you get a certain rhythm where you could just speed up. That's how I read most books. Is you start slow, almost like I'm just a hair's breadth away from reading out loud, like I'm a snooty narrator, and that's the pace I have to go. Like I'm speaking the words, and then I fall into that rhythm.
What I wound up doing was buying a copy of the book and reading it with the audio.
With the audiobook, you actually absorb it faster, like better that way, because you can play it at like 2 times speed and still read the book, because you read faster than you listen.
And that helped me a ton, just
yeah, that's cool.
So definitely
there's some workarounds to that.
The workaround. So I don't know. Maybe it's ADHD.
I don't really know. It's just that's definitely. I feel like, not to self-diagnose, but when you see those things on like TikTok and stuff like that, you're kind of like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. So like, why am I?
I will say, Dion was diagnosed with ADHD a few years ago, and that's the only way he can read books is also have the audiobook and read along with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way he can read.
So I'm not the only one. Let's call that.
No, I definitely. It's such a struggle sometimes. But I do like to read. It's just that's just a thing that I have to know about myself, is that it's going to take me perhaps a little bit longer
effort.
to
Yes,
read it.
it's effort. Yeah, that's the other thing, is you
or
can't.
I have to really sit there and
rush.
concentrate more. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't rush reading.
Garg says it might be visual dyslexia.
What is that? Is that the same? Is that just dyslexia? Isn't visually like turning like? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's interesting though. Very interesting how the human brain interprets.
I will say,
like
the more I hear about all these different afflictions and conditions, the more normal I feel.
How dare you, Brian? You're all weird. No, it must be like an assuring thing of just like, especially as a writer, I can't imagine. Can you imagine having like some kind of like reading disability? That would suck terribly.
Yeah, that would make it difficult to read other works.
Yeah.
That's
honestly the best way I improve my writing is because to improve my drawing, I have to draw more, but to improve my writing, I just read more.
Yeah.
And it helps.
There he is. What's happening, Snowbiz?
Missed the goblin prompt. You did miss the goblin prompt. However, here's a little secret. Next week, you can just draw goblins and we won't say anything.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about you missed watching us draw goblins? I'm the only one that has to follow prompts because Ed will give me a hard time.
Let's see. I always feel assured the more I read. Here's me reading. I sound like an idiot. About disabilities and trauma studies.
Assured that like you're boring and normal like me, or that like you're not alone. All right. Good night, Blaze. Good night. Sorry we missed Michael Myers versus Jason. Okay, more that you're not alone. That's one of the best things about social media, I feel, is you don't feel isolated anymore with the whole that makes sense thing.
That aha moment of, oh, okay, this is what I'm dealing with.
The only time I've had that aha moment is aphantasia, that whole inability to picture stuff mentally.
Oh, not visualize, yeah.
Yeah, and I still feel like that's the norm. I don't think that's uncommon. I don't think that when you hear about it, people are like, there's a small percentage. I was like, I think we're the majority, the ones that can't visualize stuff. I feel like we're the normal ones. And I'm not saying that because I like to feel boring. I would have thought that as well. It just seems more normal to me. Maybe it's because I have that condition, so of course it's normal to me.
Yeah, but it's weird, because that you would have that, but you're an artist.
Yeah,
so that's it would be the opposite.
I mean, I didn't think you could people could visualize things. I had no idea. I thought that's why artists drew, to get those ideas out of their heads.
Sometimes I can't draw until I see it in my brain. I literally will be like, I can't see it yet.
Yeah,
it's like cloudy.
Yeah. And then you can't get started, you mean? Or does it get clearer the more you draw?
Yeah, it gets clearer. It starts to flesh out more of what it is that I'm trying to see. It's almost like, for me, my drawing process in a way. It's like there's fog, and you're just trying to you're starting to see bits and pieces.
Yeah, you're trying to chip away
and then once I can actually see it in my head, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna copy what it is that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You guys are lucky. That's
how I usually. That's how I usually work too. I can usually see it in my mind, and then I draw.
I have an idea of what I want it to kind of look like in my head, and since I can't visualize it, I never know what that actually is until I start drawing. And then once I get it on the page, I no longer visualize what it's supposed to look like because I'm staring at it and I'm just moving stuff around now.
That is, man, it's so interesting to hear how everyone else's brains work.
Yeah,
there was
it's so unique.
I read ages ago that said people visualize years and months differently. I talked about it with friends, and we all came up with interesting results.
Wait, like what do you mean visualize? I
I've heard
look
of
at
this before.
honestly, I look at months, like a year, like months on a game board, like a board game board, like a
What
bunch
do you
of
mean?
squares around with January in the upper left corner.
Oh, like a calendar?
I don't know why upper left. No, like it actually
No.
goes in a circle. Like there's a gap in the middle, like Monopoly board,
Oh,
but it's all
okay.
months. But in my mind, it's not like 12 evenly spaced squares. It's just an assortment of squares. And I just know roughly the positions of them.
I don't know how I picture months.
Oh my
now that I
God.
think about it.
You also visualize the whole year like a game board? That's
Yeah, like
I have to break up the year into by season.
by season. Yeah,
But
Yeah.
is it a circle or a square? I don't know why those
It's
are the only
just
two
chunks.
options.
Yeah, it's
Just
chunks.
Oh man, I don't even think. I don't know if I picture
Like-
anything.
January and
Oval.
February are like chunks. Then it's like March, April, May are chunks to me.
Mhm.
Oh,
know
so
what I
you
mean?
have like
That's how
these
that's-
weird. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's only makes sense to me because it's like how those months are
How the-
represented to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oval like
interesting.
a racetrack. That is weird. I never even thought about that.
So you pictured the year just like starting over in January like that. Like
Yeah,
I feel
upper left
like
corner
how
is
I picture it-
January.
it's just like infinity. Like you just keep like it never goes back.
Oh, there's
around.
never a reset.
Oh,
Yeah, it just
Like,
always
See,
just
that's-
keeps.
it's your rainbow road where you're almost gonna
That's
fall
Yeah.
off at
scary
any
to me
point.
for some weird reason.
It's almost like that rainbow road. You like you can fall off at any second, but it ain't no going back.
Crazy.
That's what, yeah, except my rainbow road doesn't circle back. It just like goes into infinity until it just goes into darkness.
And there's always precarious drop-offs.
Right. Oh man, it's too funny. Yeah, I
It's
would.
funny because I think
just-
of weeks like a you know those pill cases with those different days.
Oh, with the
Yeah.
letters of the
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
And then I think
Yeah.
of months as like 4 of those, but that never works out numerically. But that's just how I think about it.
Mhm.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't.
I think in my mind, there's no proper number of anything because I can't really visualize it. So it's like a general concept. I just feel like I'm turning like September is the lower right corner when I'm rounding that going to the end of the
Mhm.
year.
Let's see.
Current years back to centuries past. I don't even like my mind can't wrap around the past like that. It's just
Mhm.
everything feels like the same. I'm not one of those crazy people that thinks people walked with dinosaurs, but everything jumbles in my mind as all
Plesiosaurs.
happening around the same time, even though
Yeah.
they're all like hundreds of years apart.
Mhm. Do you follow that YouTube channel? I think it's called Kurzagat or something like that. He does all like the science videos.
Sounds
Is it
familiar.
Is it animated?
Yeah.
Like the colorful
hers-
blocking style animations?
Yes. Yeah. He
Yes.
just came out with a video a couple days ago, and it's 4.5 billion years, but done in an hour. So it's like this animation that's animated, and it's just these chunks of time, and it's just so weird to think like a certain amount of
How-
minutes is a certain amount of like scale of time, and it's just like, oh god,
Yeah.
it's like we're really really old. It's a very old
We
planet.
also never think about how there's like 3 different ages of the dinosaurs, and each of those is already
Yeah.
hundreds of times longer than what we've ever
Right.
lived as humans.
They all live with the Flintstones.
Yeah, they all live with the Flintstones.
That's right.
Yeah, and this isn't.
I
my
thought all those
favorite
dinosaurs hung out together, but there's different ages of dinosaurs, eras.
I went to a creation museum one time.
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that. I mean,
yeah, it was really interesting because this guy had on the wall, it was a news article, and it was about how these people had found these ancient little tiny statues of humans riding dinosaurs. And I was like, I have to know what these are, because this is like look like evidence that obviously humans and dinosaurs existed together and stuff like that. And so I was talking to the guy that owns the museum, and he was so passionate, and he was just like, yeah, there's like a town, I think in Mexico or some South American country, where this guy was farming and he found these little statues, and he was like, oh, this is like evidence that humans and dinosaurs walked the earth together, and this is, and so he asked the townspeople to find him more of these figures if they could, and he would pay them. And so of course, because
they started making
they
them.
were getting paid, they made a bunch. And so I think when they actually did like the carbon dating, they were like, they were of that time period. But the guy at this creation museum was so passionate and was so adamant that those were
real
clear
evidence
proof, and it was just so fascinating to me that that's a thing. But you can't deny when he's just, he was just, there's something
hard
in
for
me
to,
I have
but it's hard
so
for
much
me
empathy that it was just like, this man is so sweet and how passionate he was, but I'm like, God, he's like so wrong about so many things.
But it's hard for me to like go online or go into people's face and talk about how wrong they are when I spent this weekend watching Bigfoot documentaries. Like, I'm not the guy that needs to be correcting people.
No,
I want Bigfoot to be real. I'm not convinced he is, but I want him to be real.
Yeah, I'll never be that person. To be rude to someone like that. It's just, but when you go to places like that, you're just like, wow, they are very passionate about those feelings, and they just, this is very interesting. But that was a highlight of that trip.
But you also get flat earthers that are like so combative, and I think it's because they're just browbeat so much by people telling them they're wrong, so they just get really aggressive. And I'm like, at one point I want to act like it's not that big a deal that they believe that, but there's like important people that believe that, and I was like, that's not good for society if the wrong people believe it.
Did you see the documentary, the Flat Earth documentary?
Under the dome, where they had
the one that was, the classic ending is them basically proving that the world is
and like, that's interesting, and then they just never accept the data that they were looking for.
Right. But they kind of touch on the kind of people that fall into those kinds of conspiracy type theories, and I find that so fascinating. There is a certain type, and it's usually people that have felt ostracized, and they want to feel like they've got this one up on society. Yeah, and it's just, oh man, it's so interesting.
Yeah,
it's really, really interesting.
It is sad. It's sad, and not that they're all being defrauded and they believe in it, but it's sad that they feel like they need to look for that kind of society, that community.
Yeah, it's the wrong sense.
Maybe they just need maybe they just need a sense of belonging. Maybe.
Yeah, and it's same with like I think QAnon type people as well. There's just something, and I find myself on like conspiracy theory threads on Reddit just because of my enjoyment of reading them, not because I follow these things, but
you believe.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just find that psychology very interesting of people and I've known people in my life that you could see them going down that path, and I see little causes of why they did that. I'm like, oh man, it's like everyone kind of all is very similar in why they fall into stuff like that. But, I mean, teach
they think the same way about us look at those nut jobs that want everyone to have health care. Like they're crazy.
Yeah.
They think we're the crazy ones because we want people to be taken care of.
We want a quality of life. Sorry,
Yeah.
I apologize.
Because it sounds like we want the government to come take care of us. Like we just want corporations to stop stealing from us. That's all we want. We don't need this healthcare system.
Yeah, that's what's weird about stuff like that. Or it's kind of, and then they use examples of like extreme opposition cases. It's like, no, it's not. That's not at all what I was talking about, but sure.
Yeah. They boil it down to like the most simple, like black and white issue and say, look what they believe. I'm like, I mean,
not the same.
I don't know how we're gonna. Yeah, I don't know why we're arguing about this when clearly this is a bad faith argument. That's why I don't argue with creationists and flat earthers, because I'm like, I'm not equipped.
You're smart. You're smart
to fight this battle.
Yeah. My husband, on the other hand, where is he? Why isn't he in this chat? He doesn't. He's got me unfriended from people for being argumentative.
Oh wow.
I'm like, I'm not the one calling you stupid. He is.
I just happen to agree with them.
I do. It's just I just don't. I would never.
Yeah.
I would never bring that up. I find that, especially religion and stuff, I find that so deeply personal for people that.
Yeah, like
you'll never hear me question. Yeah. I mean, I think it in my brain, but that's like, who doesn't, right? You know,
I don't even think that though. I'm like,
we have our own personal opinions on things.
Not
never
be other people or hurt other people. I'm like, what's the harm? What's the harm?
Unless that's
yeah, I often feel more attacked for having religion than me actually attacking people with no religion, which I think is weird because you would think it would be like the opposite, where Christians are just kind of trying to belt their religion on people. But I feel like when someone says finds out oh, I'm Catholic, I believe, it's almost like they look at me as if I'm stupid for believing. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, calm down, dude. I don't talk shit about you not believing.
Yeah.
You know,
I know, and that's why it's just like those kind of conversations should just not really come into play. I think in terms of faith and stuff, that's just so personal for people.
It is personal, and it's their own journey, and it's meant to help them. Just real quick, Garg draws. It is tag Champ Brian on IG, just like formerly Twitter and all of the other social medias.
Oh, my husband is watching.
But yeah, no, I recently got into a conversation about. I didn't even bring up religion. I said something to someone because they were just kind of just talking about fuck religion, and I'm like, man, that's kind of harsh, you know? You don't have to believe
the militant atheists.
Yeah, you don't have to believe.
Yeah, which is just a big portion of the internet is like that too.
Yeah,
that's also a. I don't want to say it's as widespread. Maybe it is as widespread as flat earthers and QAnon, but it is a darker side of the internet. Just the angry attacking, and they, again, if they hear anyone has any kind of religion, they immediately think of it as oh, you must have been in the Crusades murdering people and spreading your religion through violence. Bro.
Right. I don't know.
My mom's Buddhist. I don't act like she's out trying to murder people to spread her religion.
Right. And I'm super fine with anyone believing or not believing. I'm really just gonna judge a person based on their character.
Exactly, and that's all you can do about people.
You know.
And militant atheists are not proving to have a valuable character.
You know, it's just weird. It's just weird because I'm like, I didn't even do anything to you.
It's funny that you have that experience, but myself, as an atheist, I have been attacked for my views from religious people. So I think it depends on which opposite side that you happen to be on.
Yeah,
I've been called a heathen and all kinds of names from cuckoos in the past, and I'm just kind of like, look, like I said, like religion is so, and my aunt who I love is so deeply religious, and you know, when she talks to me about religion, I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, I don't think, you know, it's like you don't do that to people.
Yeah.
Right.
You just
And
don't. It's just
your personal.
so
That's your
personal.
personal journey. You know.
Yeah.
I would never like go into someone like telling them they're wrong, because whatever my belief is, that's just me. I don't.
Yeah.
That's just sorry. You have to deal with
Yeah.
it, and just like I have to be accepting of other people. You know,
Right.
just accept. Just accept.
You don't have to be accepting,
Yeah.
as we've proven. You can just be angry
You know
and
what's-
vitriolic and still make money
Right.
on the internet.
I gotta tell you guys
The
a
show on
story.
Fox News.
A story that just happened. So we have these neighbors across the street that we know, and they kind of hold similar political and religious views to us, which is, you know, that's cool, whatever. And we were outside one day, and a missionary came up on his bike and wanted to like speak to us. And my husband, even though he's an atheist, he's like will be so nice and will like talk, you know, about that kind of stuff, because that doesn't, you know, it doesn't bother us. It's still they're free to do that kind of stuff. And our neighbor was so my neighbor was just so rude to this missionary, and I was so mortified by how she was talking to him. It was like,
that sucks.
I was like, oh man, that's like, and I get where she was coming from in some ways, because she was just like, you know, she's like, do you know, like, your religion treats women like this and blah blah blah. But I'm like, that's a kid. It was like a kid. He's just doing what
he's
he
just
was
riding
told.
his bike, doing
Yeah, so it's just hard. And then,
yeah,
and then me and my husband were just kind of like, oh man, it's just like, it's just not nice to be that way to people. But
just be cool. Just be cool.
Yeah.
There's no reason to get hostile.
Yeah.
Brian.
Damn, we're talking about some serious topics tonight on the pod.
I'm hot on this topic. I'm the angriest person around.
What did Chris say?
He's
My
militant.
personal journey is that I talk to unicorns. Better accept it. I accept it.
We accept your unicorn gods. Just not for us.
I, for one, welcome our
unicorn
overlords.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to reiterate. I watched 2 Bigfoot documentaries this weekend, not for entertainment. It was educational. I watch Bigfoot documentaries hoping they've uncovered something.
I want that shit to be real so bad.
Yes.
was a dork growing up. I wanted cryptids to be real.
Yes.
I want Loch Ness to be real. No, I've never believed in ghosts.
But I won't watch a Bigfoot or UFO documentary that isn't from the current year, because I know if they found something, I would have heard about it already. I was like, I'm not going to watch.
Right, we're
2022.
We are the same. I'm like, give me 2020 content and above.
Yeah, I need new Bigfoot stuff, because I know if it's from 2012, I'd have heard about it already.
Yeah. I want there to be a forest ape so bad.
Yes. Or Yetis that murdered students in Russia in the 50s, apparently.
Jesus.
That poster from X-Files, though, that I want to
believe.
It's such a like profound statement. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that feeling of like you really want it to be real.
Yeah. I think that like flat earthers and creationists are like that, but they convince themselves of the evidence. Whereas I still need to see evidence. I don't think Bigfoot's real yet. I just want to believe.
Yeah, same. All those guys, all those cryptids things. I'm like, I want to go to Loch Ness so bad. And I'm like, I'll be the person to see it. It'll be me.
Everyone's looking at the wrong times.
Yeah,
I'll be
exactly.
the one to discover. There's a cartoon that my kids watch called The Secret Saturdays that I loved the concept. It was like this family of cryptozoologists, and they had like a Sasquatch on the team, and they would just hunt cryptids, but like to rescue them.
Yeah, because of course.
Because everyone's trying to capture and murder cryptids. That was a cool design.
Rescuing cryptids.
Alan and I had a series idea. We might still do it someday, but it was called the Sasquatch Ghost Hunters Club. and it was going to have book covers like the Babysitters Club, that watercolor
Yeah,
painting
yeah.
style, and it's
That's
just
so
like
funny.
a Scooby-Doo style of these two Sasquatches that hunt for ghosts, but they don't believe in ghosts, even though they're Sasquatches. So they're looking for evidence of
I
ghosts
love that.
existing.
Oh man. Yeah, I like how yours turned out. Well, both of
Looks
you
really
guys.
good. I like it.
Like, yeah, Brian's
Mine's a little
looks
lazy.
creepy.
Mine's a little
No,
lazy.
I mean, you should have colored. You should have
I
You
colored.
should
should've
have colored yours, man.
I had
But-
plenty of time. I
You
just
did?
stopped.
I didn't think I was gonna color mine in here.
I know. I'm looking at how much you guys got that done. I was like, I should have colored mine.
Yeah.
But Brian's is creepy though. I'm like,
I love
tend
it.
to lean towards creepy on these. Like I can't draw cutesy, cartoony stuff. I did that with
Oh my god.
the cat
I-
one, right? Last
You
week.
know who just popped in my mind?
Uh-oh.
The vulture from Battletoads. The guy
I don't even
who like
remember that.
directs them on Professor T-Bird. That's what
I
his
don't
name
even
is.
remember
Giving
that.
me Professor
I
T-Bird.
just remember that horrific hover bike level on Battletoads.
That was impossible to beat. Yeah.
That's all I
No,
remember.
it's like when you
from it.
start the game, there's like this bird that's like telling them what to do, and
You say
that's
Professor T-Bird.
Professor T-Bird. That's what it's reminding me of. But he's cool looking.
Oh
I
my
like
god,
it.
that's funny. I don't even remember this character.
I just heard he's like yelling in the beginning of the game.
I kind of want to play Battletoads again, but I don't want to play that level.
They
that hover
remade
bike
it.
level. Did they really?
Yes, and there is a hover bike level, and it's
Just as
still
hard?
difficult.
It's
I'm
like the
why do they do
underwater
it like
level.
this?
It's like the underwater level from
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
Oh my
Teenage
god!
Ninja
Oh, where you
Turtles.
have to like, yeah,
You can't touch the
deactivate the bomb.
yeah,
The
you
The-
can't
seaweed.
get the bombs
seaweed, yeah.
with
The
limited
electric
air and electric seaweed.
I used to love that game.
It's so difficult though.
You got through it though, right?
I beat that one. Yeah.
I'm
feel
pretty
like-
sure I beat that one. I never beat Battletoads because we rented Battletoads.
Oh,
from Blockbuster.
Battletoads was never.
So I never beat Battletoads. Oh, Rurax's Goblin reminds me of a little Bartok from Anastasia. That's the bat, right?
Bartok.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
That was a
I
cute
love
character.
Bartok.
It was a
Oh,
cute
he-
character.
Great
Was that,
voiced by
Hank
Hank
Azaria?
Azaria. Yes,
yeah.
the greatest little voice.
That was yes.
I used to have a stuffed animal of him back in the day. He's so cute.
Bartok.
I want to say I saw that movie in theaters and just immediately loved that character.
He's so freaking cute.
Yeah,
They really nailed the character and the whole personality of him was just so adorable.
yeah.
See, Garg says Rurax's Goblin reminds me a little of. Oh yeah, I think we just read that. I'm all late. Making me read old shit.
Don't read it.
I also really liked Eddie Murphy's Mushu from Mulan, but are we allowed to like that anymore? Is it
Culturally
cringy now? Culturally inappropriate now?
I think it's okay,
I
right?
think you could still like Mushu.
He was very funny.
I loved his design is really cute too.
Yeah, yeah.
I think at least this week we got all the things in. I think last week I was missing cat.
No, you had-
Oh, and your ham cat?
My hand.
Were you missing cat?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Oh.
it was there, but
I don't remember.
I can't remember. It's not at the bottom of the thing.
I know he was surfing on a pizza.
Oh, that's right. You drew like a piggy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
pig
yeah,
on the
that's
pizza.
maybe that's another
I-
thing I should do
What's
as
that?
far as the the art block, not art block, but whatever I'm going through. Maybe just experiment.
He won't
more.
say artist block.
Maybe just
It's not real
experiment
if you
more.
say it out loud,
It's
yeah.
not real. It's not a real thing. Just
Wrist injuries from art and art block aren't real.
Because I think a lot of times it's just me also being bored with my own shit. And so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
like I want to draw different today, you know. Like,
It's not. Yeah, it's not so much that you can't think of something to draw. It's just there's too many options
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
that you just run through too many options. Like you don't have a definite plan.
Well, I think I'm done with my goblin thing.
Your goblin turned out really nice.
Yeah, we
I
were
like
here
his little
for
his harpy feet.
It's hard. Yeah.
and we drew
It's
for
all
2
right.
hours again.
There you go.
I had plenty of time to color.
You had plenty of time,
You
but you
did.
flaked. You gave up on yourself. Damn it.
Damn.
You blew it.
Awesome. Well, I think we could wrap it up.
Yeah.
At even 2 hours. Look at us. Look at us.
Whoa, whoa.
Doing
Look at us.
stuff.
Who'd have thought?
Would have thought. But yeah, thanks for everyone that came through. Good seeing
Yep.
you guys again.
Yes.
Next
And
time we should get
hopefully-
more people drawing with us.
Hopefully we helped you guys out with some ideas on how to get rid of artist block.
God,
Or-
it's not. It's artist slump.
Creative
artist
funk,
slump.
artist
Creative
slump.
funk. Oh yeah. Oh man, Blue Eyes has turned out pretty good. I'm looking at it, just jealous
Oh,
of
thank
her,
you.
of her clean line work.
I'm gonna be honest. That's why I always draw in the lower corners, so I save the prominent positions for you two,
Yeah, it's hard to
so
draw.
we have a
next to
better
them.
representation on IG.
I have to be on my game if I'm drawing next to.
No.
No. This is
No,
Lisa.
no,
I'm no good.
At least
I
you
am
should
no
put
good.
all of your-
Did you see me trying to draw a hand for like 10 minutes?
You should put all your magma pieces in an art book.
Oh, that's actually a great idea, Brian.
Yeah, I don't
I
like.
like
I don't
that.
know what kind of resolution they are, but
Who knows?
Yeah.
This was such a fun stream. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Good
Yeah,
seeing you.
thanks
And
everybody.
yeah, you can join us and draw in magma with
Yeah.
us.
anytime. And thank you again, Garg, for buying the book. I hope you like your drawing.
Oh, nice.
And thank you for showing me that I'm normal with my visualization of the year. I'm not
Brian's
alone.
visual impairment.
Awesome. Well, you should be getting it soon.
And thanks for the follow on IG. I just saw you follow me. That was,
Garg's
of course, I
awesome.
followed back because we're a
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, and definitely check out Garg's work.
Nice.
Got some cool stuff. So cool. All right, you guys. Well, it's been
Awesome.
fun hanging out. We'll see
Yeah,
you guys.
thanks
soon.
everybody.
Thank you.